Powering on, mic off.
Alright, come on. Respond to me, computer. Dun dun do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dun dun do 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 do. Dun dun do do dun do do. Dun dun do 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 do. Dun do 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 do. Dun do 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 do. Dun do 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 do. Dun dun do 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 do. Dun do 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 do. Dun dun do 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 do. Dun do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dun dun do 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 do. Alright. Seems like we have a strong beginning. Dun do do do. Dun do 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 do. Dun do 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 do.
Arknights.
Dun do 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 dun do 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 do. Dun do do. Dun do 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 dun do. Do 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 dun do. Dun 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 do 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 do. Dun do 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 dun do do. Dun do do.
Products received. Resources received.
Dun do do do. Oh, that reminds me. And we're getting masteries for Texas. Do 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 do.
Hello, Doctor.
Dun do 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 do. Dun do 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 do. Dun do do do. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Do 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 do. Right now I'm just looking at my support units, deciding if I should change them out. But I think this is probably going to be best. Dun do do. I think I'll keep Project Red in there. Dun do. Guard AE Army. Oh no, why is NATO hungry? NATO hungry, NATO hungry. It's J. Oh. To use NATO hungry in chat along with 5 more of their emotes, including NATO angry, NATO smug, NATO wub, NATO derp, and NATO bondage? Dun do do. Dun do 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 dun dun do 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 do. Oh, and rope. Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da dun do 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 do. Agonier? Who's Agonier? I've rarely seen Stalin somewhat. Unfortunately, I missed the beginning. It's something that happens more and more as you get older. Fortunately, the latter half was exciting. The last few stories all unfolded in the same little room, which was an interesting spin. Wow, it's time. Kipo. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, getting up and stretching. Not bad. A rarely seen style. And so on ironic fashion, explores the true story of a multi-party struggle, reflecting the dark side of Family Glee's activities. Begins by introducing the backgrounds of a cast of characters, leading to the titular theme, then finally leaving the audience on a suspenseful note. Flows naturally. Good show. Ben. Do-dun, do-do. Do-dun, do-do, do-do, do-dun, do. Do-dun, do-do, do-dun, do-dun. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Do-do, 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 do-do. I guess I should have stretched more. Oh, you. Alright. Dun do do do. Shady Park. Oh. If someone spits at you, spit it back on their face. Syracuse insane. Blood Ledger. All enemies are boosted and Family Glee as silencer summoned when blood depth is at max. Defensive Rune. Operatives deploy on it have increased defense. Oh. Oh wait, I get to use Project Red in this. Wee. Eye for an eye.
You better run away soon.
Reserve up! Reserve up! Team, aim for a position! The enemy will be attacking in seconds! Get ready! The enemy is... Wait! The enemy is here! Wait! The local surveillance from Volseni! That's bold! They don't look offensive at all! Are they used to this? This place is dangerous. We can't just leave them alone. Protect them to the best of your abilities. Whenever we defeated an enemy, the gaze of the others seemed to get more venomous. Apparently, the family Gia keeps a book on blood debts owed by their enemies. The longer you fight them, the more you owe. Protecting the people slowly reduces the family Gia's hatred. By allowing a civilian to die will have severe consequences for your debt. Be careful. The civilians seem to want to die. Just look out! Warning, enemy behavior has changed. Support is being... What? Support is being called in. Hang in there. Oh. Hey guys, can you hear me? Those guys go into a frenzy when their account book is full. They even call in some interesting people to join in. But that's the worst of it. Things will get easier after overcoming this hump. You can do it, can't you? I shouldn't have shown up personally. No.
Solid positioning.
Understood.
おバカさんたち、僕の相手だよ。From shadows.
Okay.
All right.
Dun do do. Dun do 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 do.
Awaiting your order.
Dun dun. Do 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 do.
Hurry up.
Wait,
Full and
my
clear.
my Project Red is at a higher level than this. Dun do 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 do. Dun do do do. Wait, my Project Red was at a higher level than that.
One day a hunt can end.
Actually, that's kind of a fitting voice for Project Red. Volseni Grand Hotel. Dun do do do. Do 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 do. Signora Cecilia, be my witness. I shall give glory unto my family, never to deceive or betray it. Alright. Our blood depth is at max. Dun 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 do 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 do. Alright, what's the map? Dun do 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 dun dun do 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 do.
Auto shutdown initiated. Auto shutdown cancelled.
Texas. Salvador, Texas. What am I to think of you? Should I trust you? You're a Syracusan. You all say that violence and ambition runs in your veins. That you and your family will devour this place. No, all of Colombia. And is the man I see before my eyes truly you? So refined, so upstanding. But I've also seen the way you throw a punch, the blood dripping between your fingers until your opponent is not able to utter even a single curse. Which is the real you, Salvador? Might there come a day when you realize that your two sides are as oil and water? Might there come a day when the trail of blood in your wake catches up to you? And when that day comes, what would you choose? When that day comes, would you remain by my side? A brilliant performance, Signorina. Without a doubt, you surpassed my expectations yet again. Actually, it's all thanks to someone in the troop called Mr. Bin. I would have never been able to adjust so quickly without his advice. Ben? I'm not sure we have anyone by that name at Teatro di Milano. Huh? He was really knowledgeable about the theater and gave me some extremely helpful pointers, so I figured he was an important person here. Sorry, no one comes to mind. That said, there are plenty of enthusiasts around town who are very well versed in plays. Perhaps he was one of them. More importantly, I saw something on your resume that had me a bit curious. Would you mind clarifying something for me? Sure, ask away. You've been pursuing a pop idol career in Lugman. We've been collaborating with that city more and more recently, but our acting industries have been often at odds with each other due to their different backgrounds. But even with that caveat in mind, the clips from your audition sent over by Monster Siren Records convinced me that you have some musical talent. What this tells me, though, is that you have your sights set on a lot more than just Lugman. What drives you to work so hard? Well, a lot of different reasons, I'd say. Right at the start, I didn't have anything complicated in mind. It was just someone I hoped to catch up to. Oh. It's just like it in the script. Every time she gazed through the window or out the door or across the empty streets, her eyes made me feel like one day she would leave both us and Lugman behind. And when that day comes, what would you choose? What's the hurry? Don't you think it's a miracle for the two of us to run into each other in Syracuse again? I'm busy right now. What a coincidence! So am I. Let me guess, your job is to protect this man. What are you? Some people really need to learn to read the room. Don't you agree, Texas? Go protect the target. I'll deal with her. Understood. So, want some melee filet? I'll take a piece. Now that's more like it. So, Texas. Whoops. Now that we're in Syracuse, I should be going to Selenia, right? I'd rather you didn't. Fine by me. Honestly, I find it easier that way. Too. Force of habit can sure be a scary thing, can't it? Living a leisurely life in Lugman, occasionally bumping into each other at Rhodes Island, maybe even going on some missions together. Makes me feel like my swords are going to go rusty. This ever-familiar rain is what makes me feel alive. Swords rust in the rain. In Syracuse, the rain washes away the blood. Only people like you, who walk around town with your swords out, but no attention to use them, need to worry about rust. Why are you here? It's simple, really, because you are. Hey, Texas, how long has it been since you were last in Syracuse? Probably about 10 years now. 7 years. Oh, thank you for the Lord Arctic, thank you. 7 years and 5 months. For more than 7 years, the prodigal daughter of family Gilead, Texas, has not set foot in Syracuse. I still remember how your grandfather sent you back here to serve as hostage. You stayed with family Salusa for a while. Those days didn't last long, but we sure got along great, didn't we? If that's your idea of getting along. Even though you're a Colombian, you managed to win the acknowledgement of all of Syracuse's family glee. Though it's truly a shame what happened at the end. If you ask me, you ought to stay a while this time and take a good look around. I'm going back as soon as I finish my work here. Oh, going back, you say? Now there you mention it, there's something I've always been curious about, Texas. You betrayed the Texases and decided to become a lone wolf. You haven't read everything the Texases left behind in Colombia. So why do you still go by the name Texas and Lugman? That's none of your business. Lapland. I don't plan on staying in Syracuse. I'll go back to Lugman. There are people waiting for me there. Okay then, I'll help you. I don't need your help. Surely you don't think this is a fight you can take all on your own? Didn't you find some buddies over in Lugman? Didn't your time at Rhodes Island teach you that it's okay to rely on others? Syracuse is no place for tourists. Rhodes Island ever plans to set up a branch office here, I will urge them to reconsider. But most of all, I can't trust you, specifically. Ah yes, trust. Texas, you know my family name, right? Saluzzo. That's right, and we Saluzzos don't place our bets lightly. You don't need to trust me, but you do need our backing, isn't that right? Or do you really intend to let the balloons drag you around by the leash? With a deafening boom, the sound of an explosion suddenly tore through the air from not too far away. The flash and flame effortlessly engulfed a government official by the name of Kara C. A car bomb. Now that's a classic. Signor Ministro! The banquet venue is under attack. All nearby family associates. Hurry and back us up. Simultaneous attacks on two fronts. Now that's interesting. Who would have the guts to pull that off, Texas? Show yourself. I knew it. What should I do if I want to go back to Lugman? Ever since Texas took her first step back in this city, that question has always been on her mind. Going by her agreement with Sarah, the easiest way would be to obey Family Balloon's every command. But right now, Texas can already vaguely feel that. The events folding in the city are not so simple. Talk. Who sent you? You don't need to know. But she is not worried. She understands Syracuse well and knows that there is no end to these things. She simply feels a twinge of emptiness, one that even she never expected to feel, because no one will come to her aid in this fight. And after it's over, no one will ask her if she's hurt or drag her off to some party. For her, this emptiness has long since been second nature. So much so that even after leaving Lugman for such a brief period of time, everything about that city already seems so distant and nostalgic. Out of my way. Don't stop me from going back home. But Texas! The more you want to go back, the more you have to cut your ties. It just makes you sink deeper and deeper. What I want to know is, when you finally realize that you're completely covered in mud, what do you do then? Good to see you again, Your Honor. Oh, Dan Brown, you're here. Looks like Simon Luck. You washed your car just last week, didn't you? Nothing I can do about it. After all, it's my job to be hated. Don't worry, I'll get it nice and clean again for you. Why don't you take a look around while you wait? That's alright, I'll just wait here. Your Honor, I heard the judges have it pretty good. They drive fancy cars, show up on TV, and even the mayor has to be extra polite around them. After all, they represent Signor Cecilia's will. I reckon I don't see any other judges like you, Signoria Lavinia, who get paint thrown on the car every other day. You're probably right. I don't know about the fancy cars or TV appearances, but I could sure use a membership card to your store right about now. Sorry, but our humble little shop doesn't offer VIP services. You look like you're in a better mood than before, though. Did that one family stop giving you trouble? All thanks to you, Your Honor. I ran into them on the street yesterday and they all steered clear of me. Never thought there could be a judge as fair as you in Syracuse. Fair, huh? They're just scared of the people behind me, that's all. You say that, but even if you're backed by a family balloon, you still doled out punishment to a family well connected with the balloons. Syracuse, Signora Cecilia is justice itself. I don't know how many other judges representing the interests of her old family bother upholding any real justice. But deep down in my heart, I know you're the embodiment of justice. That isn't actually a compliment. Alright, I almost forgot. You said earlier that you were having trouble sleeping. Did you go see a doctor? I did. The doc said I didn't have anything wrong with me physically. Just some mental stress. Oh, is it something troubling you? Troubling me? I wouldn't say go that far. Honestly, this job is basically just a way for me to kill time. I'm not exactly rich, but I'm not desperate for cash either. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, Your Honor. I just don't know. How do you usually like to pass the time? It's me. What? Garrus, he was. Understand, I'll be right there. Sorry, Dan Brown. Let's chat some other time. As for your question just now, I'd recommend giving the theater a shot. I'll have to head down to watch an opera if I have time to spare. Dan Brown exits the store. He watches as the judge he deeply respects drive off into the rain, quickly disappearing from sight. She's always so busy, he thinks to himself, drying his rain-beaded gloves on his overalls. But nothing she does will end up mattering, will it? Or rather, the fact that she still holds on to hope is precisely the reason why she'll be disappointed again and again. Things weren't this complicated in the good old days. He looks at the rain falling outside the store and suddenly remembers an afternoon many years ago. I hope it rains a little longer so I won't have to sweep out the garbage in the morning. Get down! Eck! Thought you were a pampered little princeling, but turns out you're pretty tough to deal with. They're no slouches. Stand back, Rubio. I'm clearly the one they're after. I know. Ick! There's some more of them over there too.
Auto shutdown initiated.
Out of my way.
Auto shutdown cancelled.
Slippery. What? Isn't that Penguin Logistics? Get down. Ah, okay. You dead, Gambino? Like, I kicked the bucket so easily. They're expecting the real master to show up here. Cut it. The mission's botched. Let's slip while we still can. I think I remember those two. Is everyone gone now? You alright? I think so. You're wounded. Don't move. It's easy to bleed out. I've already called for backup. They'll be here soon. I'll be fine, but how? How many people would have known about today's banquet? Are you suggesting? You're right. Such a large-scale coordinated attack must have been planned for a while. But my identity is public knowledge at this point. It's not exactly hard to track me down. In any case, I'm glad you arrived in time. Kara C is dead. What'd you say? What? You've got to be messing with me. Kara C is dead? A car bomb detonated as he was walking by. Kerosene and 3 bodyguards near him died instantly. Based on the wreckage of the scene, there was no point even taking him to the hospital. I'm sorry. The people who attacked us were, without a doubt, the same people who murdered Minister Kerosene. What could their objective be? Why here? There are so many court cars here as well. You should have told me sooner than Balloon invited her here. Selenia, Texas. As the first witness to the scene of Minister Kerosene's murder, you are also a suspect. Now I'm here to detain you. Any resistance will be treated as flouting the laws of Syracuse and will be punished accordingly. Texas does not resist. She understands what she sees in the judge's eyes. Moreover, to all of officials and associates of the family, Minister Kerosene's importance to Vana Senior is self-evident. The attacks carried out on each of you will be investigated as part of the same investigation. I, Lavinie Falcone, swear upon my honor to find the identity of the murderer. They shall not go unpunished. You're not serious, are you? Oh, of course I am. Alright. The string of events that just occurred makes Lenatozo feels a bit fatigued. And right as the thought crosses his mind, his entire world starts to spin. Leon. The rain continues to fall with no signs of relenting. The Honorable.
Hunt begins. The scent. It's thick.
This is the position, right?
Do-dun-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Let's begin. I'm listening. I obey my own heart.
Do-dun-do-do.
unit charging.
Da-dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-dun.
Awaiting orders. Cut them to pieces.
目標地点到着。私がここにいること。誰
Dun
にも
dun, do-do-do-do.
私のほっとけし火炎がお前たちの汚れた身の内をそう
Da-dun, do-do-do.
Solid positioning.
Who needs healing? Come over!
My toxicant is ready.
Da-dun,
Don't get yourself
do-do-do.
killed, dummy!
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Dun-dun, do-do-do-do.
私がここけし火炎がお前たちの汚れた身の内を浄化する。あったあった。
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Don't get yourself killed, dummy!
Dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
If you want treatment, you gotta
Dun, do-do. And there we go. Dun, 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 dun.
Mission accomplished.
Dun, do, do, do. Where am I? Oh, you're finally awake. This is home? Dimitri, why are you here? Lavinia brought you back. According to the doctor, you passed out due to a combination of your injuries and fatigue. Tss. Want an apple? Sure. I knew you'd be hungry, so I already peeled it for you. Where's Lavinia? She left after delivering you to the guards. You should know by now that she's already been reluctant to set foot inside the mansion. Her coming here for your sake is already a miracle in itself. Kerosie's death is actually a bit of an issue. News of your injury is sure to get out. In the eyes of the other family, the Bellones have, in a heartbeat, gone from their clear front run to a total mess, both inside and out. Someone should show up at any moment to try to take a bite out of us. Did we keep the silence alive long enough to get them to talk? Fortunately, no. And we couldn't find any leads on the parties either. Expected as much. An idea who could be behind this. The Solozos always kept the cards close to their chests, biding their time. For them, this is a prime opportunity. As for the Rosatis, they're probably victims too, since Walsh was with me when they attacked. Still, Columbia's family glee has never been a monolith. True, there's always the possibility of infighting among them. Besides, there are even more possibilities. They are sure found themselves a nice opening. Mind pouring me some water? You're barking out even more orders than usual when you're lying in bed. Did you really just pour me a cup of boiling water? Is it my fault your order wasn't specific enough? Alright, fine. I know this is how you express your dissatisfaction with me. What is it this time? It's about the arrangement with Texas. I can't agree to it. Lavinia is a righteous person who would never frame an innocent. She has her own ideas. That's not what I mean. She was supposed to be your sword. When the boss handed her over to you, that came with the assurance that she would not endanger the famiglia. You should have forged her into a razor-sharp blade. But now she's behind bars under Lavinia's watch. You seriously can't tell me that she's looking out for our famiglia's interests? I'd admit holding on to Texas after today would only make things more precarious for you. Our surname has appeared once more in Syracuse. It draws far too much attention. In that sense, you have a point. From Lena Rena's perspective, it's safer to have Texas in hand. But how is the rest of our family supposed to see this? They'll start to think that Lena, the next dawn of family Glee Billone, has gone addicted to playing house on top of the tablecloth. That you've gone soft. That not only do you not know how to swing a knife, you got it taken away from you. The Balloon's already lost the advantage. No matter who comes looking for trouble, we need to fight back tooth and nail. Leon, the development of Voluntee's new district is more than the humdrum business of Il Ministro de Lavori Policy. Should be under Balloon control. So that's what you really wanted to say to me. I also have my own plans, Dimitri. Let's hear them. Alright, Fratello, you're my trusted advisor. When I got attacked, I already had the feeling that things weren't adding up, and after hearing about Kerosie's death, that became even more clear. You just asked me who I suspected could be behind this. I don't actually think Soloso or Rosati. Why is that? The hitmen knew me all too well. They knew exactly how to hit our family with speed and precision, while targeting me all at the same time. So what you're saying is, I'm going to lock myself indoors for the next few days. I need to recover from my wounds. People think we're fumbling into array. Don't let them think that. Till the true enemy shows their tail. So you let Lavinia take Texas on purpose? That's right. As for why she wants to play her hand, that's for her to decide. In the meantime, there will no doubt be a slew of attacks on our family Glia. Pay close attention to whoever's scheming behind the scenes. Understood. So was that a good enough answer for you? Of course. Since you have a clear plan in mind, naturally I'll help you put it into action. You're, after all, the boss here. That's what I want to hear. Don't let me down, Dimitri. Hello, Watch. It's me. Leon, I heard you were injured. How are you doing? I'm fine. We need to talk about what happened earlier today. I'd imagine you'll probably have something to ask me too, about that name. Texas. Volsini Prison. So you were held up at the time. Who was holding you up? An old acquaintance. Awfully convenient for them to show up just then, don't you think? You're pretty used to being in this kind of situation, aren't you? Back in Lungman, I'd say sometimes let myself get interrogated like this. Lungman, huh? Anyway, I have no reason to do anything like that. That's what they all say. To be honest, though, I don't think you could have been the perpetrator, Selena. Can't imagine it would have done you any good. Also, Leon contacted me before and gave me a few reasons why I should trust you. So that's why you showed up at a venue where so many important figures were present. It was originally prepared as a stage for you by Family Balone. However, given the current circumstances, our best option is for me to keep you here. You're protecting Leon Tozo. Protecting you as well, Texas. Also, this may divert the attention of the other family that will be speculating with Ballone's next move will be after getting hit like this. Those suspicions might loosen some of the feathers around my ankles. Are you really a judge? Why would you ask that? You seem to know a lot about the family Glee operate. I'm in fact a judge. But to be good at this job in Syracuse, you need to know how the Mafioso keep themselves alive, even better than they do. Even I'd rather not know. You misunderstood me. It's not at all surprising that a law enforcement official would know a thing or two about the people you're forcing it on. But what I meant was that judges like you didn't exist back in the old Syracuse. Don't get the wrong idea selling out of Texas.
Auto shutdown initiated.
I didn't bring you here because of the so-called checks and balances among the family. Outsiders may interrupt my stance as such. Interpret my stance as such, but I couldn't care less.
Auto shutdown cancelled.
You just arrived in the city and you still don't understand how important ministerial accuracy really was. He was an outstanding person. He could have made the new city under construction something far better. It wasn't just another project to expand his business either. He wanted to make it possible for the citizens to enjoy a new way of life. But he's dead now, and I will find his murderer and bring them to justice. They think they can dispose of the people who refuse to bend the knee one after another as if they were puppets. But I'll make them realize that they are not tossing away a broken doll. They are murdering living flesh and blood people. So, Kerosie's death had nothing to do with you. Right. And you didn't find out who the murderer was. Pretty much. The task I gave you to investigate exactly why Balone decided to bring back Texas, no leads there either. You never miss a beat, my dear father. And despite having accomplished nothing at all, you didn't even bother showing up when I called to convene a meeting. The traffic is pretty bad this time of year. Lapland, when I kicked you out of the house 7 years ago, you lost your right to call yourself a Saluzzo. Don't understand what that means? Of course I do. It means you won't show any mercy when you decide to dispose of a disobedient tool like me. You've always been so self-aware, yet never had the slightest inclination to act accordingly. Do you really need me to personally deliver a little warning to the poor little judgy? Why would I feel a need to warn her? Now that the princeling pup is hiding behind closed doors, everybody's gonna think the sharp-tongued little judge is a Balone puppet. With your personality, you're inclined to believe that the Balones are as weak as they present. So wouldn't it be common sense to use the judge's well-being to test the waters? Seeing how you understand what to do, I want to see results. Why, naturally, I never disobeyed your orders. Assuming our interests are aligned, that is. My dearest father. Salvador, what are we to do now? Am I to thank you for freeing me from the clutches of my own blood relative? Am I to thank you for spilling blood so that affected workers may have full stomachs? The man you killed was my father. No, I do not need a list of his crimes. I should think I know better than you. The scars on our body are proof of his cruelty. The death of those laborers were proof of his exploitation. But still, despite it all, Salvador, I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart for saving me and so many others. But the cinder blood link me about you grows stronger and stronger. Let us be away from this place, Salvador. Just the two of us. Take me somewhere where you'll be able to find peace, alright? It might already be too late. Salvador, it might already have been too late the day you first set foot in Columbia, from when you first sharpened your blade. You say this was all destined. They couldn't have been avoided. I can't help but think if I were in Vivian's place, would I be able to forgive Salvador? Even if we could be forgiven, the grudge will follow the both of them for the rest of their lives. Exactly, Signorina. Huh? The two of them were able to get together in the end is, of course, artistic license. In fact, the real Salvador did not elope with Vivian. Also, despite the fact that Venus's father was indeed as callous as he was wealthy, he took good care of his family, particularly Vivian, when he doted on a diamond in the palm of his hand. Oh, very rarely someone pure evil, don't you think? Therefore, even the perpetrator was someone you love dearly. Even if you were aware of your father's despicable act, something like what he did is not easily forgiven. Senora Vivian ultimately chose to leave him and move to a new city, where she met someone who truly loved her and thus began a new life. But until her last breath, she never forgot the man named Salvador. So in a sense, this story can be seen as vicariously helping her dream come true. Did you know Miss Vivian well? I suppose you could say that. My name is Katerina. You're quite the lovely young actress. Are you new here? I swing by frequently, but I've never seen your face here. I am. My name is Sora, and I came from Lugman. Lugman, how fascinating. I've heard of many actors who went to Lugman to develop their careers, but rarely the other way around. Sometimes there's value in bucking the trend. Too true. So, Miss Katerina, do you know what happened to the actual Miss Vivian? Vivian, huh? She never got Salvador. Maybe that's why she chose the similar path, become a wise guy, and gradually rose to become the dawn of a certain family glee. A family glee that would eventually go on to clash against Salvador himself. Fortunately, Vivian came forward and prevented the two rivals from becoming mortal enemies and eventually even became allies. Wait, are you talking about the Rosati family from the script? That's right. Have you already read through the entire thing? Yes, I also wanted to learn as much as I can about the Texas family's history for some personal reasons. So what do you think of the story? There were a few bits that I can't make sense of. Oh, for example, Salvador's granddaughter. Sure, the stylist wants you to take a look at the design of your costume. Okay, I'll be right there. Sorry, but I have to go. I don't mind, we'll have another chance to talk. Sora, take your time. We can always check it out and chat at leisure some other day. Okay, that's great. Salvador's granddaughter. Heh. You're wasting time at the theater again, boss. How many times do I have to tell you? Well, it's not a waste of time. You pushed most of your work onto me just so you could write a play? Is this the boss of a family should be doing? And you even gave yourself a pseudonym? Do you have a problem with that? Of course not. You're not. Other than Giovanni Rosati, our beloved Donna. I knew you were dissatisfied with me, but is there really anything in the city worth worrying over? Before, no, but now, yes. Kerosene is dead. Oh, but Kerosene was originally just an ordinary man, elevated by the family gate to keep each other in check. All his death proves is that Billon was not capable of nothing more. And someone greatly resembling Selena appeared at Lena So's side. Say that again? Texas. Selenia, Texas. Well, why don't we call you being the sort of man who likes to crack jokes? And you should also know that I hate people who joke about Texas more than anything else. So you can tell I'm not joking. I have no idea how Billon managed to find her, but she had those unmistakable eyes and hair. Exactly like the ones in your photo. Sure, she didn't die. And she's with Toso now. She wouldn't have never survived the liquidation if it not for a certain family glee protecting her. The logical conclusion is that Billon saved her back then. Looks like we're going to have a little chat. Giovanni, this is clearly a trap. Wallet. My apologies, boss. It's not so much a trap as an entire conspiracy. Think bigger. If they really were the ones who saved her back then, what good does it do to me to drop by and express my gratitude? Make preparation. Business discussions over. I'm paying willing to see a visit. Understood. I'll make the arrangements. Unless it seems that the new script will have to go on the back burner for a while. Boss, I'm sure you're aware that Courtesy's death presents an excellent opportunity for us. But you're still seeing hung up on the Texas name. If this keeps up, the Rosati's won't have a future.
Someday in the future, I'll have as clear a direction as you do.
Do 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 do. Okay, we got a new. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dun do 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 dun do do.
任務に行かないとなのかな。
Dun do 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 do. Da-dum. Do do
編成完了。
do 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 do. Do 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 do. Well, this dress looks absolutely stunning. You say that again, so it's gonna look mighty fine in it. Someone told me about this earlier. I would have signed up myself. No wait, no how. You don't know the first thing about acting. I can just act like I always do. There ain't no rules for a sanctum in Syracuse either. Says you are that there was a sanctum with Signora Cecilia. Huh? Signora Sally, our boss is inviting you over for dinner. But she's on her way to rehearsal right now, Vanfin Kolu. And our boss wants to have a word with Signora Sally here. Being a little late won't make a difference, will it? I'll go get the director. The director, I might have carried water for him in the past, but these days, please don't. What are you up with? You should feel honored that our boss wants to see you. If you don't want to get messed up, behave yourself and come with us. Wait, the boss didn't say we could. You still don't understand what the boss was getting at. We were all scared of the balloons before. But now that they're out of the picture, the bigwigs are about to shovel the deck again. We'll never get a better chance. You're right. Let's go, brothers. Time to clean the streets of these eyesores. Protect Signora Sally. Okay, I need to go deal with something. Do.
Auto shutdown initiated. Auto shutdown cancelled.
Alright, I'm back. Do 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 do. What's happening? Exu, where did she go? She already rushed out. Let's back her up. And you call yourself, and you call yourself a bodyguard? Right this way, Signorina. I know. You people are. Who are you? Catch me if you can. Get her. Don't mess with us. Let's split. Your name's Sally, right? You okay? Do you know what you've done? You didn't save me at all. You're just making these worse. They're not going to let this go. So how should you plan to get out of this mess? By gritting my teeth. Huh? But they were going to hurt you. I can deal with injuries. Do you really think they were going to kidnap me? They're just trying to cause trouble. Shouldn't you at least call for help when stuff like this happens? What's the point? Nobody's going to intervene in a struggle between family and Glee. Sort out the Church Lavinia lady. She seems like a pretty decent person to me. She's indeed a very good judge, but there's nothing she can do in these situations. Besides, even if I never made it out of this park, how many people would know that I disappeared because of the conflict between those mafiosi? So you're just going to put up with it? How else are we supposed to live our lives? This is how it's always been. Find a place to hide, wait until the dust settles, and then follow the victorious side out. That's all I can do. But why does it have to be like that? I'm sorry, I'm trying to blame you, but to be honest, this is the first time in my life I ever known what it likes to to feel like, to know what it feels like to be protected. The family gaze seemed particularly influential. The director should be able to help me smooth things over. But just as a friendly word of advice, if you plan to stay alive in Syracuse, please try to avoid doing that kind of stuff in the future. Especially concerning what's about to happen. What's about to happen? I've not seen the news at all in Kerosene. Minister de la Voie Policy is dead. Yeah, I saw that. Assassinated, looks like. I feel so bad for him. Since you all seem nice, and I'll tell you a little more about him. I have to deal with my physio pretty regularly, so I have ordered a thing or two from them. Person who murdered him hasn't been found yet. The young master family Bellone was also attacked at the same time. Bellone? That's right, the Bellones were poised to stand head and shoulders above the other family glee. It seems like Bellone's been plotting against them for a while now. Many family glee have been previously given up, now starting to move again, like little by little. Did you hear any of them mention the name Texas? Texas, there's not a single person in Syracuse who doesn't know that name. But usually in the context of the last Texas or something along those lines. Really? You're a strange one, you know that. It's obviously all made up. How could there be possibly a Texas still alive out there? But alright, you have a point. In any case, you should already know that our troop has some connections to family glee belong to the director. Just as those people were saying, in the past everyone wanted to get on its good side, but now... You all saw what happened. Do all of Syracuse's family glee go around doing whatever they want like that? Remember what I'm about to tell you. If you want to survive in Syracuse, you either need to join a family glee or stay as far away from them as possible. Then you need to delude yourself into believing that as long as you stay away from them, you won't get sucked into any trouble. Alright, I should head back to the theater now. Right. What now? Someone's been tied up over here. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. Someone ought to have found the poor fella by now. I don't get it, man. Why'd you go through all the trouble keeping him alive just to let him go? What's so special about that guy anyway? What it proves is that Shady partner wanted him to be found. And for why, it's usually a trap. What a sinister fella. You say that now, but if he ends up winning, you're gonna be calling him a genius. Ha! What's so funny? I just remembered how we used to argue like this back when we were kids. Now I would imagine that after all these years, after all life's twists and turns, the two of us would still be here fighting for our lives. That's fate for you. Never know where it's gonna take you. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Who could have known something like that would have happened in Lugman? That after all that, we still would come back to Syracuse. Computer, if Opera and House free to decide to leave alone and let us fend for ourselves, would you still stay in Syracuse? What, do you miss your Luckman that bad? Forget it. Not like you ever understand anyway. Let's talk about something more practical. You really plan on switching employers? Looking at the news, the guy we tried to off today was Don Balloon's son. Seems like someone real important died at the same time. Which sounds To me, an awful like some unknown family Glia has been using us as their weapons. Might as well make that relationship formal then. Better than taking on odd jobs and begging for scraps. That's right. As soon as you were back in Syracuse, you participated in a attempted assassination of one of the Dons. You two sure have grown. Guess the good old days are over. Lapland. Oh, today's breakfast is looking pretty good. Pay for your own. Is that any way to treat your boss? So what have you been up to all this time? I went to say hi to the folks and got to enjoy some sorely missed family time. Simple as that. What a relief that despicable old man back home is just as punctual as it's always been. You with the family Glia? Oh, did I ever mention it? My last name is Soluzo. Soluzo? You're a Soluzo? Capone, do you know what the thing I hate the third most is? Capone feels a chill course through his body, but the sensation is so fleeting that he has to wonder if it was his imagination. When people start wailing and moaning once they hear the name of my family Glia. I come to think about it, the way you do things really does remind me of that one family Glia. What about the other two things? If I'm gonna die, might as well die knowing. Seems like you picked up on how to get along with me. Actually, I just came up with that line on the spot. Alright, talk to me. So why did the two of you decide to hit on family Glia alone? Come in. Sorry for bothering you, Signora Secretario. No, Your Honor. The pleasure's mine. Your office is quite impressive. I quickly have distinguished guests here. This is the sort of decor they prefer, so I have a good eye to go along with it. So did you need me for something? I wanted to talk to you about C's death. I believe I already made a statement about that. I know. But I wanted to have a chat with you for more personal reasons. Alright, I heard you swore you'd find C's murderer and bring them to justice. Good. Young folks don't have that kind of drive. So you have made any progress? Fortunately, not yet. Sorry to hear that. I heard you always been on good terms with him personally, so... That's true, Kerosene was greatly concerned with the citizens' well-being, things such as food, water, and sanitation. But I don't think there's anything I can do to assist you. Never actually mingled my way into his innermost circle. So I'd love to help, there's nothing I can do. Anything you can give me is fine. A place you think is suspicious or anyone in the government I should keep an eye on. You're asking too much. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? Your Honor, several other Ministry de la Policy died before Kerosene. Do you remember them? 7? Or maybe 8. The purple people in those positions were just puppets. Each family Glia was trying to push their own people up there. But in here, they were all taken up by other family Glia. When it came to a position as important as Ministro de la Policy, though, I'll be blunt here, it was clear as day why the family filled the position with a man as spotless as Kerosene instead of installing one of their cronies. For one simple reason. If the killing continued, the construction of the city would grind to a halt. If our people can't get in, they'll at least make sure you can't either. That is why Kerosene occupied that seat. Make no mistake, he had close ties with the Balloons. The Don's son even sat beside him as secretary. But in one way or another, he just sat as close with each and with every other family Glia. There's an ancient Yan saying to the effect of, he who walks along the river inevitably finds his shoes wet. Yes, I was trusted in Keros's integrity, but so what? Others did not see it that
Auto
way.
shutdown initiated. Auto shutdown cancelled.
The way Syracusans think, you either choose to be one family's pet, or you choose to be another's. In other words, Keros's death was inevitable. It wasn't part of any other family's vision for the future. Do you think he was oblivious to that fact? In the end, it doesn't matter whether he died today, a month ago, or a month from now. You know how much hard work he put in? And what did he get for it in the end? Actually, let's assume he was selfless as a person, I should say. What did the people who worked so hard for, those who some eloquently cleared claims as his dear citizens, give him in the end? Your Honor, I also heard a great many rumors about you. You undoubtedly have a fair number of accomplishments on your belt. But among them, how many were due solely to your hard work, and how many were influenced by the people behind your back? You already know the answer, don't you? If I may be frank, Your Honor, are you really not here to test me on behalf of Boulogne? That is not my intention, I swear. I'd prefer it if it were. That places heed this word of caution, Your Honor. Let those who've died stay dead. We already have too much to worry about without overly concerning ourselves with the deceased. And this is the attitude of someone who was on good terms with him? If you want to have a slightly longer lease on life involved in his government, I'd suggest you learn this lesson well. Hello, sweetheart. Yes, I'm still at work right now. Are you ready to go? Alright. I'll get ready to head over then. Okay. That was my daughter. Now our newly opened restaurant has invited me to inspect their ingredients tonight. We have to set aside our discussion for later. Alright, please let Master Leon Tozo know what he is welcome to talk to me if he's interested in a gourmet experience. I'll remember to pass it on. Now then, please see yourselves out. What did you say? You found someone unconscious and tied up. The leader of the bunch that attacked the restaurant. Understood. I'll be right there right away. I'm telling you, the two just happened to be involved in that hit. We don't know anything. As for the guy who handed out the orders, we don't know which family he belongs to, but he sure was generous with the cash. They were clearly looking for hitmen with murky backgrounds like you two, so when you died, there would be no trail back to who hired you. You might think you ran into them by chance, but it wouldn't surprise me if they had their eyes on you a long time ago. I'm not saying they didn't. So want to take a crack at who your employer is? Probably the Rosatis or the Saluzos or of the sissies who's been fighting over the city all the time. With the Blowns out of the picture, there's only two family with enough power left. Right, I'm sure most people will think the same. But now you know the Saluzos were never planning on anything like that. That just leaves the Rosatis? One more. What do you mean? Remember those poor suckers you took out early on? They were originally trucking people from El Ministro de Lavori Publici. Don Bellone's son has been working there. So another way of putting this is that the folks you dealt with were trying to get in Bellone's way. So what you're saying is, we helped the Bellones put down a threat, but then turned right on and hit him even harder? So what? We see family doing that kind of power jockeying stuff every day. That he's got a point. The first hit we made just been on some unlucky people. But don't forget, we were especially sent to shut them up. Wait, are you serious? Are you suggesting there's a double agent inside the Bellones? Just another possibility. Just another possibility. But hey, that's what makes things interesting. Let's assume that's true and do a little thought experiment here. Can you see Il Ministro delivery publicity is dead, and before that, several more people in the Ministro were killed. Naturally, most people are going to see those things as connected, especially that poor judge. But the perpetrator who carried out the hit was already been silenced. She can't find the leak either. She's at a complete loss. So what does she do next? If only some kind of clue would appear. What do you know? Isn't that assassin you dumped out there the best possible lead? So that's why they waited until now to throw that guy out. Does make sense when you put it that way. Then they set up a little bit ambush and make sure the judge has an accident. Kaboom! Lapland stretches out her hands and falls back on the sofa, as if knocked back by the blast. Everyone's gonna get pulled in. Ah, what a great idea. It's so great that even if this all silly, I'd want to make it reality. So let me get this straight. You two are saying that the balloons are putting on a whole opera? It's definitely possible. After all, nobody would understand the balloons better than themselves. I don't buy it. The family Glia's plans for the future we're talking about. There ain't a single wise guy in all of Syracuse who attack his own family Glia at a time like this. Gambino, you should realize by now that kind of blind confidence is what brought down the Sicilians. But I gotta say, I think I agree with you this time. Haha, then maybe they were putting on this show to feign weakness so everyone thinks they're vulnerable but they were already on the cusp of victory. Do you seriously think that the balloons just decided to give up on a city that was right at their fingertips just to turn this whole place upside down? Are they crazy or something? Who knows? There are more lunatics walking this land than you might think. But I guess our merry mealtime needs to wrap up. I hope you have a jolly old time out there. You stopped by just to say hello. What, are you that eager to be my henchman? I wouldn't say it's high on my priorities, but at least tell us which side you're on. Last thing I want is to end up fighting against you without realizing and dying without knowing what hit me. Me, naturally, I always be Texas' most loyal supporter. Dun, do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Dun, do, do. Dun, do, do. Is everyone in position for the ambush? Yes. You seem like you want to say something. I was just thinking, I feel bad for Signora Lavinia. Whatever the case may be, she's a friend to the family Glia. If only the one she befriended wasn't Leon, the next son of family Glia alone. Look, I don't want to be the villain either. So she wants to play with her little game of justice? Sure, that we can allow to an extent. But she thinks she has the backing of one of the bosses. What she's done over the years has been a larger and larger impact on Leon. No, on our entire family Glia. The balloons don't need softness like that. She must be made crystal clear of this fact, and so must Leon. Otherwise, we'll never be able to seize ultimate victory from the chaos that's about to ensue. But the young Master I know many of you are still conflicted about this. I'll assume full responsibility for whatever happens. When Leon eventually comes asking who to blame, I won't get any of you involved. Celine, I need to send you to stay in Syracuse for a while. You have to go. The Colombian family glee changed into opulent attire, took up residence in luxurious mansions, and stepped into the so-called upper class, thinking they have clearly delineated a boundary between them and Syracuse. Syracuse is barbaric. Well, we are not. They spoke those words, thinking themselves superior to our homeland. Your father's been captured by this line of thinking too. As for you, I need you to see for yourself. See the place we came from. See if we're any different from them. Who's there? I brought you some chocolate. Want some? I see prison security in Syracuse. I see prison security in Syracuse as shoddy as ever. You know, they call this one impenetrable, at least compared to other cities. Texas lets out a tiny sigh and takes a bite of the chocolate in Lapland's hand. It's her least favorite flavor. Ah, and now I thought you'd be chasing me out instead. That takes a lot more effort than just ignoring you. So long as you don't get in my way, do whatever you want. Ah, I'm almost moved to tears here, Texas. Even you're gradually figuring out how to get along with me. I never got in other people's way. I'd rather much clear the fog for them so they can better see where they're going. I want you to Saluzos know. No more than you do. The balloons were pretty much a shoe-in to win. But to keep the Versailles down, they will rock you from Lugman as a precautionary measure of sorts. But right at this critical moment, yesterday's assassination took place. It'd be so blamed that people can't help but think it had to be intentional. Is the perpetrator even trying to stay hidden? So what about you? Planning to stay in this? So reminiscing of every little thing that happened in Lungman until that judge lets you go. Aren't you in a hurry to get back there? If you consider the wait as just another leg of the journey home, then I can be pretty patient. But what if that judge is in danger? Where is he? Has he woken up yet? Good to see you here, Your Honor. Why are you taking full control of the scene? The suspect is still unconscious, but he was tied up and stuffed into a trash can over by the corner. Why did you notify the hospital? Who found him? A group of actors from Campania de Alba. They already left because they had a rehearsal to get to. Campania de Alba. Bernardo's people. He really is cursed with bad luck. Your Honor, the people murdered in the witness elimination case you reported last time were this person's accomplices, right? Yes, but we couldn't find anything on them to identify them with. Why would their leaders show up here in such a sorry state, then? Want me to try waking him up? Please do. Stop struggling. We already have you restrained. Lavinia, do you understand the situation you're in? Who tied you up and dumped you here? Do you really need to ask, Judge? Answer my question, murderer. Maybe I can invoke Article 12 of the Penal Code to remain silent under informal investigations. You're pretty familiar with the law. What, are you gonna use Article 132 to write a special dispensation on me, Judge? Just who are you? Your average everyday murderer. I remember now. I've seen you before. Last night at the restaurant? No. You rescued that hapless clerk from Il Ministro de Lavori Publici. It was 3 years ago at a legal forum. Judge Borlete from the city of Sorrento gave a particularly outstanding speech. Signor, I was deeply impressed by your report. Well, I just kill people for a living now. It's just an easy life. What are you talking about? I can barely even remember anyone
Auto shutdown
anymore.
initiated. Auto shutdown cancelled.
This isn't who you are. Stop acting so ferocious, Lavinia. You really think you understand me just from a fantasy-filled report at a window-dressing legal forum? You can't hide true passion. That's what you said back then. Right, along with all the other naive, idealistic stuff I rattled off, all young... Right, along with all the other naive, idealistic nonsense I rattled off, all young people are like that, thinking they can change the world all on their own. I just happened to wake up sooner than you, Lavinia. You said we should all strive to find the common line that protects anyone. Yes, here's an example. Join a famiglia, listen to the boss, and kill anyone who gets in your way. Judge Borletti, I can help you. Huh, help me? Oh, that's right. You have the great and powerful Balloons backing you. Your honor and dignity will stay untarnished. You won't get changed down or beaten up for a moment of naivety. You won't come home to the sight of your house going up in smoke along with your family. You don't know a thing, Judge Lavinia. You have no idea how weighty the code you hold in your hand is, and how easily it can destroy your life. And luckily for you, you never have a chance to find out. Watch out, Lavinia. What? We need to get out of here now. Texas? There's a ton of people come with me. Oh, yes.
Don't you go leaving my sight. It's them, right? This is the position, right? What is it? I know what it is I want.
Target marked. あいつらを通さなければいいんだよね。私がダブルんだ。目標地点到着。Crosswalks.
I'm listening. I know what it is I want.
Ready to heal.
Got it.
Shut up. Don't get yourself killed, dummy.
"私がここにいること、誰にも見られていないよね。
Solid positioning.
姉さん、私の炎は熱いよ。
I'm listening.
Hang in there, I'm coming.
了解了解。
Come on, get it together.
ドクターの言う通りにするよ。
Speed.
Got it.
If you
Simple and clear.
Oh, hi. Thank you for coming in.
いるいる。クソくらい。当然。Program hidden mode enabled.
hang in there, I'm coming.
Ah. Did you happen to hear me reading the story?
In time, I'll find the right place for myself too. What is it? I know what it is I want.
Oh, you saw me reading the story? Oh. Why is she here? It's Texas. Thank you. Rowdy had lost a lot of our men. We shouldn't have let Lavinia talk to her piece of trash for so long. Forget it. After seeing her colleague fall to utter priority, that woman's spirit is done for. Forget after seeing her colleague fall to utter depravity, that one's spirit is done for. As long as we can snuff out Leon's childishness, it doesn't matter how we do it. Call our people back, we're leaving. They turned around and left. He's already dead. Took an arrow straight through the heart. Thank you. If not for you, I'd been the one to die here. Close your eyes, murderer. What's this? A notebook? A Syracusan judge license. He was keeping it in his breast pocket. His corner has been clipped, and it's written here that the holder was disbarred 3 years ago for malfeasance. Malfeasance, huh? Malfeasance. Could they really not come up with a better excuse? Are you alright? I think I should be asking you how to get out of... How you got out of prison. Thank you. It appears that I just been a level though. I think I should be asking how you got out of prison. Trade secret. Fair enough, I don't have the energy to pursue that either right now. You need to rest. I can't do that just yet. The trail has gone cold. I need another lead. Yan has a saying, haste makes waste. Of course I know that. But time is a luxury I can't afford anymore. Was Kerosene important to you? No. I only ever met him a few times. After all, I'm a judge, and our roles could hardly be further apart. But as any resident of Alcini can tell you, he was an extremely vigorous man, smoothly navigating his relationships with their family glee. He dedicated all his time and energy to the construction of the new city area, trying everything at his disposal to give the people a safer place to live. By investigating his death, I've come to better understand his life. Carefully dedicated, as if walking on thin ice, he would desperately rack his brain to produce anything of value that could be exchanged for a little more breathing room to carry out his work. For example, building more schools and hospitals far away from the turf fought over by the family glee. I'm not sure how I should think of him. Maybe he was a decent man with the slightest bit of a conscience. But the fates of decent people in Syracuse are already sealed. Just like this man, a hitman carrying a judge license. Syracuse has proper law schools. They use textbooks published in Columbia. After graduating, students are restricted to working in local Syracusan law firms and institutions. They also gain accreditation in Columbia. Nowadays, our exchanges with lungmen are becoming more and more frequent. Maybe with enough time, even Great Yan will come to recognize our certifications. Sounds too good. It is, of course it's good. But none of that makes any difference. My alma mater once invited me back to deliver a speech to my juniors to give them some confidence. So I went. When I got up at that stage, I wanted to tell them to believe in what they had learned, but I just couldn't do it. Syracuse, the law works because of the existence of a single person, not because it's based on any sort of universally recognized fairness. In a sense, it's even more absurd than complete lawlessness. More incredibly, after almost 60 years, the Syracusans have gotten so used to living in this environment that nobody dares question it now. My justice personified? No. I might be a symbol, but even I do not what stands behind my back. Want to grab a bite? That would be nice. Grazy. I didn't expect you to be here, Leon. I heard someone attacked you, so I rushed over. Nothing major happened thanks to Texas's help, but we're at another dead end. Just drop it already, Lavinia. Leon, I believe we had an agreement not to bring up things that might spark an argument at the table. Now it's not the time for that. No, it's the only thing that lets us sit together and share a meal regardless of our positions. If you insist on breaking it, then I'm afraid I must take my leave. Patron Leontoso. You're messing around with your life on the line here. I've been messing around with my life on the line since the moment I came in charge in the city, Padron. I'm planning to talk to the Rosatis. I don't care what they think about Selena's presence. This is a discussion they can't avoid. We have the initiative. As long as we can keep them down, it doesn't matter if we have a double agent in our midst, or other family glee out our throats. We'll suppress them all. That's not where the problem lies. Things are incredibly tense throughout the city right now, and everyone's speculating about who did it. The situation will only spiral out of control unless you stabilize it. I'll be frank. If you can really find the murderer, I'll spare no expense to help you push the case forward. But right now, the other side has already come prepared. What you encountered today was, without a doubt, a warning shot. Your investigation won't go anywhere, even if you try to push the issue. You're only going to land yourself in more trouble. So I should just go along with your plans, drop the investigation, and let this case fizzle out? Lavinia, you're not the kind of person to get carried away by her emotions. Leon, you've worked with Minister Kerosene before. You probably knew him better than I do. Regardless of how he ended up in that position to begin with, he was still a person who could make the city a better place. These things happen every single day. So are those in Syracuse who want to be good people doomed to die. You're more important to me than he was. To you, Minister Kerosene's death might be nothing more than a spell of heavy rain. The rain won't fall on anyone who's standing inside, so you won't just wonder why it's lasting for so long. If you're feeling particularly generous, you might even hand out some umbrellas to the people on the streets. But for me, I'm sick and tired of asking myself how long I plan to stand there under the roof. But how are you going to stop the rain all by yourself? At least this time, I don't want to feel like a helpless bystander watching someone like Kerosene die for nothing. I've already done too much against my will. Leon, if my life could be changed for something, that might make things a bit more bearable for me. One thing I learned from the Colombians is, if you want someone to listen to you, incentives can be more useful than violence. But that doesn't mean I won't ever choose violence, Lavinia. This is exactly what I was talking about, the biggest difference between you and me. You always got the option of violence, but you refrain from using it because of your upbringing and your self-control. I'd even like to thank you for your kindness. That's not what I meant. And I'm not blaming you either, Leon. For you to even consider why the rain hasn't stopped yet is already exceptionally rare to see. But you're the next head of Family Bellone, and I'm just a judge who can't help herself. Our worldviews have always been fundamentally different. Let's leave things here, Leon. If you really want to help me, then keep doing what you need to do. If you're able to negotiate with the Rosatis, then already help ease up the situation. However, unless you lock me up right now, nobody will stop me from finding the murderer. Silence follows across the restaurant. Leon Tozo wants to think of something else to say, but all the words he can muster in his mind come up blank. His throat twitches twice, but no words come out. Hold on. Texas? Alright, you should head back with Leon. He'll need you in his negotiations with the Rosatis. No, I have a better idea. You needed a culprit, right? And I'll be the culprit. Do you even know what you're saying?
Auto shutdown cancelled.
It's the quickest way to get to get the situation under control. I don't need others to take pity on me. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm doing this for myself. You're both right. If things continue like this, the situation will only get more and more chaotic, making it harder to find who's actually pulling the strings. The best method we have is to find the killer before everything spirals out of control. And of course, the other side will do everything in their power to prevent that. So you're going to offer yourself up as bait. Yeah. Nobody else is a juicy enough target. I might just fit the bill. You're to make Texas into the real criminals and sacrifice some renown to take on all the blame using people's ignorance of your family glia. And after that, you can release me. That would be the fastest way to stabilize the situation, while also potentially drawing the true mastermind after hiding. An ambitious plan, but it might be worth a shot. However, you're the last of the Texas bloodline, and this is Syracuse. Personally, the most important thing about the Texas name is the reputation it brings me. As I said before, I can only have one goal. To see through my agreement with Boulogne, and then leave Syracuse. Then why would you go out of your way to do this? I also have a number of friends who are trying to change things for the better in a place called Rhodes Island. I never accept them dying in vain either. If this plan goes well, it might even put the other forces behind the scenes in counter-check. I'm really starting to count my lucky stars that you're on our side. Spare me. If this is what we're going with, we need this trial to be our barn burner. Ultimately, that's the only way we're going to keep the other family glia down. I'll handle all the other arrangements. Now's a chance to hit back. Then can you give me assurance that you won't let me leave Syracuse? I swear this to you. Once we successfully execute this plan, nobody will pursue you ever again. Those who kept an eye on you, be it the Rosadas or any other family, will only know that Selena, Texas, broke out of prison and fled Syracuse. Sorry, Lavinia. This might fly in the face of the dignity of the law. No, I don't think so. All that remains is to see things through.
That wasn't too bad of a job. Can you put this in my evaluation?
The word justice should never cross the lips of a family glia-backed judge. But she never forgotten the ideals she set for herself when she first stepped into the courthouse, and still stands resolute. Da-dun. Do-do-do. Da-dun, da-da-da-da-da-da-dun. Do-do-do-da-dun, do-do-dun. Dun-do-do-dun. Dun-do-do-dun-dun, do-do-do. Da-dun, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-dun-dun. Oh, the first 12. Da dun do 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 do. Da dun do 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 do. Da dun do do. Da dun do dun do do do.
Hello, Doctor. My name is Plume, formerly of the Pontifica Cohors Lateran. I will be your sword and your wings as I defend your very life.
Okay. I might raise penance. But more because she seems like an interesting character. However, the issue is most of the content I can already do fairly well on my own. With the 6 stars I already have. But she does seem like an interesting character. Well, I have somewhere to go tomorrow in the morning, so I might.
Products received. Resources received.
Oh. I think I can do the story content mostly fine, with maybe a borrowed unit or two, borrowed 6-star or two. Although, yeah, I guess I could maybe see having an extra tank could be helpful. Right before we run.
Products received.
Make it, especially during. With OP operators raised.
こたつはどこ
Alright. I think I accidentally did change the size. Okay, let me try and fix that. Okay, that seems not right. Do. I am fine with being a little frustrated every now and then. Besides, I said I wanted to get better at the game and relying less on overpowered characters. This is why I've been challenging myself to do max risk daily CCs without a 6-star. But most of the time I usually need 1 or 2 6-stars. But I would like to get it to the point where I won't need any. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you were trying to say I was bad either. I didn't take it as that intention, but I would like to get better at the game. I would like to get...
You, Cardi? Wait, don't touch the equipment!
Yeah, I would like to get better at the game, and then
What am I doing today?
for my own sake.
おっきいお風呂があったらいいな。こちらに手伝いに来るようにと、可愛いクロージャお姉様にも言われました。
Are you interested in my instruments? I can teach you how to play.
達はどこ？
Yeah.
Oh. Now, where should I put pillow?
Well, I'm also no,
Looks like there's a lot of good hiding places here in this room.
Come on. I'd rather be alone.
yes, we always hear that, Lava.
Hello, Doctor.
And there we go. No, and I don't have any defender chips. Okay, that's unfortunate, but I should be able to do that. Yep.
So much violence in the name of order. Doctor, I can only pray that your efforts are more than futile.
I like her English voice, but let's see if I also have her Italian. Nope, Italian not downloaded. Alright. Who shall I raid? Who shall I raid? Who shall I raid? You can... Now I need to look more into Golden Glow's story. And I messed up getting the size right. Okay. There. That. Also want to. Yeah.
It is my
I was gonna do the anniversary, not the annihilation real soon. Okay. Where? Okay. This is the Arknights one. Let's see. And I think I found someone to raid, actually. Let's do. Dun do do do. Yeah, I should possibly look more into Golden Glow's story. Dun do.